Hello, class. This is a recording just to say hello, since this is a net-only online course. You will communicate with me mostly through things like email, the forum that I'm going to set up on our Blackboard shell, and also I'm going to post videos like this for you. Most of the videos will be in the form of PowerPoint files that have been narrated. Some of them will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and a lot of them will be Zoom meetings. It all depends on exactly what format will be most conducive to getting the point across. I look forward to teaching all of you math this summer. Feel free to join in on the forum, introduce yourselves, talk to each other about, and to me, about any questions you have about the course. Now, let's take a look at the syllabus real quick. I have it open already right here. So this course covers the first half of the Math 0481, 0482 sequence. Basically, it's a lot of math that you will have learned in middle school and high school, and is preparatory for college math. This course is meant to be mostly a review. So you will need access to the Alex 360 system that we're going to use for all of the homework and assignments, except for the final project in this class. It's pretty straightforward. There will be a number of practice problems that you have to do. They won't be due, any of them, until the very end of the course. But I strongly recommend you not try to wait for the end of the course to attempt these problems. Furthermore, there will be quizzes, 8 of them. They will be due every week, but with an extra week after the due date, in most cases, for you to do them. Except for the very last quiz, which is extra short. Then there will be a final project where a group of you, and you will be able to form your own groups, can select a topic, either from, say, your science class or a money-related, business-related topic that you can apply the math you learned in this class to. And you'll just write a paper about it, post it to our online forum, and ask each other questions. I'll ask questions, you answer the questions, and you get graded on how you answer those questions and also the content of your paper. And it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to write a certain number of pages or write me War and Peace. You do have to use Microsoft Office for it. As students at College of DuPage, you pay for that, so you might as well use it, right? Then there's the final exam. Now, it's been different in different years. This year, we might require you to come into campus to take the final. Now, that appears to be something they're thinking about doing for all of the online courses. In years past, the final was just a more important online test, and that might be the case this time as well. I'll let you know as soon as I know. So pretty standard boilerplate in the syllabus, actually. Let's look at the interesting part, which is how will you be graded? So all of your assignments are going to get a number grade between 0 and 4, kind of like a grade point average. Those grades will then be weighted as the formula shown in the syllabus says. Your Alex 360 objectives, which is what your homework is, are going to be 25% of your grade. The quizzes are also going to be 25% of your grade. The final project and the final will be 25% of your grade each. Now, the way this basically works, let's say that you struggle for the first part of class. Because the final project and the final are worth so much, you can always catch back up. Also, with the homeworks, at least you get multiple chances to do them. You can work on them until you master them. The quizzes, I need to check the settings. If it's possible, I'm going to give multiple chances for you to take the quizzes. And as long as you use those chances, there's no way you can not pass. Just make sure that you use every opportunity I give you to score points. All of those will be weighted to create a grade for the course that is between 0 and 4. And you can see the grading scale listed there. I will give you an A with 3.5 out of 4 or 87.5%, a B with 3 out of 4 or 75%, a C, which is all you need to pass the class and move on to the next level in the developmental math sequence, Math 0482, with a grade of 62.5% or 2.5 out of 4 or more. A D is a grade that's between 2 and 2.5, and an F is a grade less than 2, so you got less than half of the points. It is very, very difficult to get an F in this class, though. And it is also, I'm not going to say difficult to get an A, but you have to put the work in. The most common grades in these classes are B's and C's, which are fine because, as I said, all you need to pass this class is a C. And, while that might not sound very good, another secret about Math 0481, 0482, any math class here that begins with 04 and some numbers, is all you need is to pass them. They don't count for or against your degree GPA. Math classes numbered 1,000 and above do count towards your degree GPA. So let's say you just get by with C's here, but you learn math that enables you to get A's and B's in the college level math that does count for your grade point average. That's where you want to worry about that. For these courses, all you have to do is pass. And one thing I want to say to you is this: you can do it. You know math. You might be a little rusty, but if you practice, you can sharpen your skills. Everyone has to practice. I practice. Every single one of your teachers practice. We do math all the time to make sure we stay in practice. And nobody is destined to get a bad grade. Nobody's preordained to have straight A's in math. No one's preordained to fail a math class. It all comes down to the work you put in, and that effort always will pay off. I know you can do it, and we have tons of help here for you. Okay. And let's see, some more boilerplate, just describing the things that we'll do in the class. I've already done that. This talks about how at a certain point in the class, you will have to form your group and give me just a short little summary of the project you plan to do with your group, and you get like 5% towards your grade just for giving me the idea of what your project is going to be about. Policies about academic honesty and disability access. We will accommodate any disability that you have any way we can. If you have a need for a reasonable accommodation in math, inform access and accommodations at the school about that, and they will inform me, and I can give you double time and the ability to use a simple 4-function calculator on, say, the final. And I think I can set up double time for all of the quizzes. The general outline of the course as follows. Every week in this 8-week version is a module. We're going to cover the chapters listed. I will make a PowerPoint narrated with me writing on my tablet. Right here. And sometimes I will occasionally write on my whiteboard walls and give you more of a traditional feeling lecture that way. And you can choose to watch or not watch my recorded lecture if it helps you. There are also even more recordings that are part of the Alex 360 program. So let's say you can't stand listening to me. You can listen to them, and between me and the instructors that made their recordings for Alex 360 and the help at the Math Assistance Center and all of your studying and hard work, I can pretty much guarantee if you put the time in, you're going to get a grade you'll be very happy with. But basically every week something is due. And last, the unforeseen events policy. Basically, the past, this has been the same ever since the pandemic. Really, the past years have taught us all that a syllabus cannot be an all-foreseen contract to account for all possible events. All sorts of things can happen. Basically, I reserve the right to make changes if they will benefit you. I will never make changes that will result in it being harder to get a good grade in this class. I will only ever make changes that allow more people to successfully meet the requirements of the course. I will make due dates more forgiving, up to the point where, they would be past the end of the course, at which point, I can't do anything else. I will always try to teach more, to instruct more, and make sure that you have what you need to succeed in the course, okay? And if you have a problem, email me, talk to me on Zoom. Under limited circumstances, I might be willing to meet someone face-to-face on campus, okay? I'm totally willing to do that. But make sure you let me know what's going on. And if something happens in the world that makes it hard for us to proceed with class, so I can't imagine what that would be, with an online course, then I will make changes necessary to ensure that you still get your passing grade that you've earned. Okay, with that done, let's take a look at the online resources that are available. We have the groups interface for this class. Last time I taught this course, it was a bit smaller, so there were only like 2 term paper working groups. So I'm probably going to have to create a couple more of these groups. But basically I'm going to create groups that you can self-enroll into. And within the groups you can have your own little message board, send email to members of your group, have online meetings using Collaborate Ultra. For example, we have a online meeting space where if this was a what they call a virtual class meeting, this is where we could have it. There's also going to be an online notebook where you will see even more handwritten notes from me and even more examples than what you would see from the PowerPoint. All of the PowerPoint lectures are already available in a folder. So you're signed into your College of DuPage OneDrive. You'll see all of these PowerPoints there for you to look at already. The recordings on them are old, so I'm going to re-record those as well. Let's see. I also have links to the Math Assistance Center, and they can help you in person, online, through email, or by video. And one good thing about the Math Assistance Center, if you choose to go there, let's say you have unreliable internet where you are, or you have a lot of distractions where you are. Even if you're not close to campus, going to campus every once in a while could be a good way to get that undistracted environment if you're in the DuPage County area. And it doesn't have to be the main campus. You could go to any number of the little satellite campuses. They have a smaller learning commons there. And you can go there and just treat it like a library on steroids, sit with your laptop, and get work done without any distractions and reliable internet. And maybe get some extra help with math. Maybe meet a friend you make in class online so you can study together. That's another thing you could do. Or if we arrange to meet on campus, I can meet with you. I'm totally willing to do that at least a limited number of times. But we have to make sure to schedule that. Let's see. So that's basically that. Then there is Alex 360. Let's take a look at this. You're going to be doing quite a lot with this. Now, my view is an overview that shows everything because I'm the teacher. Let's take a look at what this would be for a student. So in the student view, it's going to take you through an introduction where you learn how to enter answers, and then this initial knowledge check is going to come through. Now, the way the initial knowledge check is going to work is it's not a grade in and of itself, but it does determine how much homework you're going to have to do for the rest of the course. What I want you to do for the initial knowledge check, and I'm going to put this in writing too, make sure you choose a time and place to take it where you have at least 2 or 3 undistracted hours. Okay? So you can take all the time you want. It's not timed. Use whatever you want. Be academically honest. On the Scouts Honor, you're not going to have a friend do the initial knowledge check for you or blatantly cheat in any kind of way. It would be like trying to work out to get stronger muscles by having someone else do the push-ups for you. But on the initial knowledge check, it's just going to ask you questions in math that will get harder as you get more correct, and then easier when you get one wrong, until it figures out where you are. And the more questions you get correct, the less homework you'll have to do. Whatever you don't do, don't do the following. One possible answer for these questions will be, I don't know, I give up. Don't click that unless you are 200% sure you don't know. And I don't mean you think you know, but you're not sure, or you're afraid to be marked wrong. I mean if you really truly have no idea, then say I don't know. But if it's just a long, hard problem, take a crack at it. An incorrect answer that's close is much better for you than saying I don't know. Okay? So answer as many of the problems on the initial knowledge check as you can, because it will make a huge difference. If you ace the initial knowledge check, you won't have any homework in this class. If on the other hand, you click I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, you will have a lot of homework. Remember, say to yourself, I can do this. I know math. I can make this initial knowledge check show how much math I know. So really show it what you know, and that you don't need to do so much homework this fine summer, okay? I'm rooting for you. I know you can do it. Say to yourself, I know I can do the math, and you'd be surprised what you're able to do, okay? So just trust me. You won't regret setting aside 2 or 3 hours of undistracted time in a nice undistracted place when you can take the initial knowledge check. Now, you can't do anything else in the course on Alex until you take the initial knowledge check. So it's kind of crucial that you get it done within the first week or 2 weeks at the most. Okay? So make sure you take care of that and you set yourself up for the easiest ride possible in this class. So, well, what are you going to see after the initial knowledge check? So what will happen then is the assignments will come up for you. And like I said, there's 8 quizzes. You can see that most of them have at most 10 questions. Here, the very last quiz has 4 questions. The objectives, the homework. The number of topics does not mean the number of questions. The objectives also work a lot like the initial knowledge check. They ask you questions that get proceedingly harder. And if you answer them all correctly, then you've met all the objectives and you don't have to do any more homework for that objective. Okay? So whatever you do, don't answer I don't know on those things either. Give it your best shot. Every single time, give it your best shot to answer. Okay, these things are prep for an objective. Let's take a look at one of these. You can see it's got like, and what I do to set these up is I select, a block of things that you're going to do within them. And then you have to do them. And the thing about this, though, that can be a little frustrating. Because this is a computer adaptive system, it means that I don't know what questions it's asking you. Not that I don't know the answers. I know how to figure out the answers for all the questions. But I don't choose the questions. The computer chooses the questions. I teach you all the math you need through examples that are going to be similar to, related to, sometimes easier than, sometimes harder than what you're going to be asked. And then the computer will give you questions that will test how well you understood things that would be in the lecture, things that are in the book, and things that I will have told you. Okay, let's go back here. So let's see here. Now, one thing that's a little frustrating with the student view, I have to sit and take the initial knowledge check, then I can show you what the book looks like. But for now, for today, for this sort of initial introduction, I think I've said plenty. If you have any questions about anything regarding the class, go ahead and reach out to me by email, reach out to me through the courses forum. I will always be checking on that. One other thing. I highly recommend, if you're going to buy the book, that you buy it directly through this link. It'll cost you a lot less money. Okay, so that's about all for now for this initial message. I can't wait to see you online, and I'll see you around campus.